Dad?
Hello. Your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.
Dad, I thought I'd catch you before I took the kids to the nursery. You must be out with Bruno or something. Listen, I'll call you later. I need to talk to you about the house. Take care, Dad.
What's this? Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. There's a good boy. There's a good boy, Julie.
Morning. Morning. I thought I was going to be the first one in this morning, but looks like Jimmy's beat me to it.
Must be keen.
Yeah, he's trying to get on your good side, Julia.
Probably trying to finish those reports I asked him for.
You wish. He hasn't relocked the door.
Anyone for coffee? You betcha, count me in.
Yeah, me too. One sugar cookie.
Oh, you watching your waistline?
Cheers.
Oh, you're all into trouble, you are. Oh, dear, make mine a week off, would you please? Yeah, I'll let the clock.
Did anyone put the paper?
Yeah, but I left it in the car, sorry.
Jim, coffee gun if you want one. Jim.
Hey. All right. Just have a look. Yeah? What's going on here, eh? Jim? Jim, can you hear me?
Julia! Julia, it's Jim.
Jimmy, what's happened?
He's not speaking.
Oh, Jimmy, poor thing. Can you help me get him up? Can you stand up?
Hey, Jim.
Come on.
That's it. Excuse me. I wonder if I could possibly see Greg. Dr. Robinson, I mean.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not sure he's got a space. No, Dr. Woodson's got a slot. Can I take your name, please?
Oh, I'm not a patient here, I'm a friend. Is it possible? If he's got 5 minutes or so, I'm sure he'll see me. Jane Hanley.
OK, I'll let him know you're here if you take a seat for me.
So, Jimmy, talk to me. What happened?
My father was here. He came here.
No, sweetie, don't do that. No. He's okay. He's not here now. He's gone.
Hey. Plenty of sugar.
It's all right. It's all right. Nick isn't going to tell anybody anything about this, are you, Nick?
No, of course not.
See? It's all right. I'm going to come back in a minute, okay? I'm going to take him home. Just going to get my things, take him out the back way. Can you stay with him for a couple of minutes?
Sure.
All right, thanks. Donna, I want you to rearrange Jimmy's patients amongst the other doctors if you can. And if you can't, then you'll have to cancel some.
Right, what shall I...
He's not well. I'm going to take him home.
Hey. Sweet tea. Cliche remedy, I know. Hey. It might help. Jim.
there anything I can do there? Help?
Get out.
I can't leave you on your own. Not while you're in this state.
I said get out.
Right.
I don't want him here!
It's all right. Calm down. Calm down. It's all right. I can manage. Okay. Okay, Jimmy. Come on. Let's go home, shall we? Okay. Gotcha. I've got you.
I thought Donna must be joking when she told me he was waiting. Look at you. It's so good to see you. Although I did expect at least one dinner invite as soon as you got back.
It's in the post, Greg. Honestly, you can't believe how busy I've been.
I'm not going to be fobbed off with your excuses. Anyway, come in, sit down, sit down. Tell me how you've been.
Fantastic. But it's good to be back.
What, even after 3 years of Californian sun?
Especially after 3 years of Californian sun. I was actually craving good old British rain. Can you believe that?
I can believe it of you, Janie, yeah. But I don't get it. You were lapping it up when I was there last year.
Well, I was. Time for a change. Simon sends his love.
That's not really why you're here, though, is it? Come on, what's wrong?
When was the last time you saw my dad?
About a couple of months ago, I guess. Yeah, just after the twins were born. Why?
He's not well. Well, I think he's not well, and I thought you might know about it.
Well, I'm not his GP.
I know, but you're his friend, my friend. Did you notice anything wrong with him?
I can't say that I did. Janie, what's all this about?
Soon after I came back from America, I found this in his things. I know it was wrong to look, but I've been so worried.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
You sure?
You'll be all right.
No, I don't think you will, Jimmy. No, you've got to get someone to help you with this. You need to talk this through with somebody.
Not now. I'm not sure I can face it.
I don't think you've got much choice. Look, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. But talk to somebody else, someone you trust. How about your therapist?
Well, you know about Dr. Swan?
Yeah. You can't go on hurting yourself like this, Jimmy.
You're right. I know, you're right. I'll talk to her.
There's no point getting all worked up until you have all the facts.
I know, but the surgical oncology department, that means it's got to be cancer, doesn't it?
Well, no, not necessarily. It could be one of any number of things. And that would mean you're having all this worry for nothing. What has Matthew said? He does know that you've seen this, right?
I asked him about it, and he said it was something and nothing and not to fuss. I couldn't get very much else out of it. But cancer's never something and nothing, is it?
Well, no, but people deal with it in different ways. And I can just imagine Matthew dealing with it as if it was something and nothing. He's a very private man.
Yeah. And he's a brave man. He was like this when Mum died. Saying he could cope and I should go to California like a plan.
And he was right. He did cope.
What am I going to do? He just keeps saying he's fine.
Well, there's every reason that he is.
No. I haven't told you everything. Finding the appointment card's only part of it. He's selling the house. Our house, where I grew up when Mum died. Why would he do that?
Well, it's a massive house. Maybe he just wants to downsize.
No, you don't understand. He's told me to pick out anything I want from the house, favourite items and personal stuff, things like that. And what I don't want, he's giving to charity.
I mean everything. He's not keeping even a chair to sit on.
What? He must be keeping something.
No. Nothing. He's not done anything about buying another house. As far as I can see, he's about to leave himself homeless.
Well, he must have some plans.
Can you see why I'm so worried? He knows he's gonna die. And if he is, then it should be in that house. He can't go into a hospice somewhere. Talk to him, please.
Jamie.
Please, of all my friends, you always got on with him the best.
Well, that's because he was very good to me when I was a snotty med student cluttering up his house in the holiday.
See, he'll listen to you, please.
What do you want me to do?
Talk to him. Stop him exchanging on the house. It's supposed to happen at 4 o'clock today. He can't do it.
I can only talk to him as a friend, okay? Not a doctor.
I understand.
I'll drive out there later today and I'll talk to him, okay?
Thank you, Greg.
It's all a bit sudden, isn't it?
What is?
Well, whatever it is that's wrong with Jimmy. I mean, he seemed fine yesterday.
That doesn't mean anything. There's some pretty nasty books going about.
Yeah, I suppose.
And if he's had to be driven home by Julia, then he's got to be in a bad way.
There is nothing to worry about, people. Jimmy's been overworking, he's exhausted, that's all.
I bet he's been out partying.
Too much wild partying.
Too much wild everything, that's our Jimmy.
I think he just worked late last night. He was in early this morning. He's just overdone it.
Oh, poor lad. Maybe I'll give him a call, make sure he's okay.
Oh, I'd leave it for a bit if I were you, Greg. I think that would be best. He was out for the count when I left.
Okay, I'll let him have his beauty sleep. I'm out for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Well, this is an unexpected surprise.
Hello, Bruno. You've lost weight, Matthew.
Well, isn't that what you doctors are always telling us to do?
Well, within reason, yeah.
You're accusing me of having an eating disorder. I thought that was for teenage girls. And anyway, what sort of greeting was that?
You're right, sorry. It's very good to see you again.
Likewise, we leave it far too long. Now come for a walk with Bruno and me and tell me what you've been doing with your life. Come on.
Is there another one of those going?
Yeah, sure.
I thought maybe we could have a chat. Do you think? About this morning?
Don't know, what will Ash say?
Yeah, we'll do it in my office, though, okay?
Do you know, I've always seen myself living in the country one day.
Well, you, the country squire. I can't see it myself.
Really? Why not? Anyway, I wasn't quite thinking of the country squire. Don't think even on my salary I could afford a place like this.
If you're here about the house sale, then I can only presume that Janie's been to see you.
She thinks you're making a mistake.
I know, but she's wrong. I shan't be needing this much longer.
Why's that?
I've always loved this time of year.
Yes, I know. How's work? Still lecturing?
Not as much as I'd like to. I really miss the students, having young people about all day, full of energy and bright ideas. But the university have been very understanding.
Understanding?
I've got a new book coming out. I've spent the best part of this year writing it.
I see.
It's an account of my life in the Amazon 30 years ago. People I lived with and met. One of the best times of my life. It's a very different way of life. Simple and close to nature.
Jane's told me you're getting rid of all the furniture.
I know I must talk to her. She's going to be hurt.
She's already hurt. She feels shut out.
I know. But sometimes one has to let go.
Ah.
Look who's here, eh?
Come on.
Hello.
I'm not prying out of idle curiosity.
No, I know that. I just don't want to betray his confidence, that's all.
I just want to help. And he looked to me like he could do with as much help as he can get.
All right. But on the understanding this goes no further, okay? Jimmy is suffering from OCD.
Okay. So what do we do?
Well, he's agreed to see his therapist, Dr. Swan, which is a start, and I'm going to go and see him tomorrow. But beyond that, I don't think there's anything else I can do except be there for him. If he'll let me.
Well, you've brought the lovely weather with you. Right, I'll make us some fresh coffee.
I had to come.
I haven't said anything yet.
Doesn't want me here.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
When you saw him, he could hardly bring himself to look at me.
Janie, just give him a chance, okay?
Has he told you anything?
You two want to beat Bruno to the biscuit. Best be quick.
I'm sorry, Dad, but I had to come.
Why on earth should you feel sorry, darling?
I'm not sure I'm welcome anymore.
Oh, but that's nonsense.
I hope Greg's been able to talk some sense into you, Dad. You know you can't sell the house. You need it.
But I don't need it.
Why not? And even if you don't need this house, you're going to need another one to live in. So why give away all the furniture?
Yeah, Matthew, why are you giving everything away?
Because I'm not going to buy another house.
What? I don't understand.
I don't want another house. Janie, whatever I make from the sale of this house, I'm giving to you, Simon, and the twins.
I don't want your money, Dad.
Janie, it's a present.
This is your home. And you can't go off and die in a hospice somewhere. You can't do that.
Well, that's true, darling, but I've no intention of dying just yet.
Then why can't you stay here where we're all so happy? My Mum is.
Mum isn't here.
Matthew, don't you think you should at least tell Janie what your plans are?
Well, of course I will. I will.
You can't keep quiet forever, Dad. Please. I'm imagining all kinds of terrible things.
No, I can see that, but there is no need.
Dad, since I came back from the States, I've asked you repeatedly if you're well, and you've always said yes.
But that's because I am well.
No, you're not! You haven't explained that to me. You know you haven't.
Oh, Nick, how's Jimmy?
He's at home resting.
Because I was wondering, should I take him something?
I think rest is the best thing for him right now.
Okay, I mean, just, you know, a little something to cheer him up.
I think once he's caught up with his sleep, he'll be fine. Just leave it.
No, thank you.
Talk to me.
What it is, what I've been struggling to tell you to find the right moment and the right words, is that I'm going back to South America.
South America? Why haven't you told me about this before now?
Well, I didn't know how you'd take it. I mean, you've just come back to this country, mainly to be with me, and I was afraid you'd be hurt when I told you my own ideas.
How long were you planning on going for?
Well, I hadn't really thought that far ahead. I mean, not forever, of course.
And you thought I'd be angry?
Not angry, upset.
Well, I'll miss you, of course, but I understand. Where exactly are you going?
I'm going to stay amongst the people I lived with 30 years ago. I'm not going to die, darling. I'm going to live. And live in a way I haven't done for so many years now.
Has living here not been living?
Not since your mother died. Only it's taken one or two things to help me see it.
What like?
Like writing my book. It's brought back so many memories, made me long to do something more with my life.
But the appointments at the surgical oncology department?
Well, they were all some time ago.
Dad!
No, let me speak. I went to my GP with an ear infection, and I happened to mention whilst there that I'd found a lump in my groin.
You should have told me.
There was nothing to tell. My doctor referred me to a consultant at St. Phil's, and I had some tests.
What sort of tests?
Blood tests and a biopsy. It was benign. A cyst. I didn't have cancer. I had to go back for some follow-up tests to make sure that the lump hadn't returned. It hadn't, and that was that.
And is that what influenced your decision to travel again?
There's nothing like a health scare to make you reevaluate. And that's why I want you to take all the personal possessions for yourself and my granddaughters. The charity can have the rest. I don't exactly need a three-piece suite in the Amazon. Now, there is nothing to be afraid of. I'm sorry.
You've nothing to be sorry about. This is my fault.
Oh, how can it be your fault?
I should have listened to you, instead of jumping to conclusions. You're a bit of a dark horse, ain't ya?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I saw you yesterday with Emily. Emily, Joe's daughter.
I know who Emily is.
Well, what's going on between you two? You seemed pretty close and personal.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, come on, Nick.
I was helping Emily with a problem.
Yeah, and what sort of problem might that be?
The sort that's none of your business.
Come on, darling, I'll walk you out to your car.
Yes, I should be going too.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, silly.
Oh. I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. Take care, okay? What do you want, hmm? You're going to be too fat to get on the plane at this rate. Here you go. Good boy.
I've just tackled Nick about Emily.
Are you sure that was the right thing to do, Michelle?
Of course it was the right thing to do. What?
I just don't think you should get involved.
I already am involved. I saw them together. I can't just let that go, can I?
Yes, you can. I think it's best you keep your nose out. I learned that the hard way.
What sort of attitude is that? She's his daughter and I've got a duty to tell him what I saw. Well, haven't I? What kind of responsible person would I be if I kept my mouth shut?
Just telling you what I think.
He's her father and he has a right to know.
Matthew. I found these.
Should have found a better hiding place. Too used to it being just Bruno and me, you see. No need to hide.
Listen, Matthew, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, so... will you tell me what's really going on?
The lump wasn't benign. They removed it, of course, but it came back. And now I have secondary tumours on my spine and liver.
Have they given you any idea how long?
A few months, maybe a year. Who knows?
Well, who's your consultant? Maybe I could talk to him.
No, there's no point. I made the foolish mistake of leaving it too late to go to my doctors. It's all my own fault.
Well, why South America?
I don't want to die here, where we were all so happy.
Well, then tell Janie that.
I can't. I don't want to leave my daughter behind, grieving and sick with worry about me. I want her to smile and wish me bon voyage.
Well, you can't leave her behind not knowing.
It's best she doesn't know. You ought to understand that.
Matthew... You're being selfish.
No. I'm doing this to spare her.
No, you're protecting yourself at her expense.
How can you say that? I'm doing this for her.
Matthew, if you do this, then Janie will live with regret and guilt for the rest of her life. She has to be allowed to say a proper goodbye. Can't you see how devastating this is going to be for her?
But she'd be devastated anyway if I tell her.
But more so if you deny her the chance to play her part. Even if that part is just being able to say all the things that she needs to say before you leave her life forever.
I've only ever thought to protect her.
Well, you'll be hurting her deeply. And you won't be there to make it right this time. Is that really the legacy that you want to leave her?
Of course not. She's my whole world.
Well, then tell her the truth. Let her be involved in what's happening. Prepare her properly. Otherwise, she's only going to make her own conclusions again, and this time she'll have to conclude that she just didn't matter enough.
I don't know what to do.
Just call her, get her to come back.
I don't really want to leave my home. I just thought it might be easy for Janie not to watch me, just to remember me as I was.
It's not too late to do the right thing, if that's what you want to do.
I'll get her to come back.
I've got something to tell you. Something you've got a right to know. Do you know about Nick and Emily?
Nick and
No, I didn't think so. I saw them together yesterday. They were in the car park.
Don't be ridiculous. She doesn't even know Nick. They've never met. You must be mistaken.
No, I'm not. And they seem to know each other pretty well, if you get my meaning.
Uh-oh. Spooks returns for a brand new series with a two-part special this Sunday and Monday at 9 on BBC1. And ahead of that, you can catch the end of Series 4 tonight and tomorrow night at 11 on BBC 3.